Welcome to SAP Simplified Tutorials. In this video, we will be discussing SAP Plant Maintenance module in detail. This picture provides a high-level overview of SAP PM module. It highlights the core purpose, which centers on ensuring equipment reliability and reducing maintenance costs through standardized processes. This module is built on technical master data including functional locations, equipment masters, and bills of materials for spare parts. The key PM processes are depicted as a continuous cycle: notification, planning, execution, and completion. Furthermore, it outlines three primary maintenance strategies: corrective, like reactive repairs after a malfunction; preventive, scheduled, time-based or performance-based tasks; predictive, advanced condition monitoring to anticipate failures. The bottom emphasizes SAP PM's integration with other core modules like Materials Management, PP, Production Planning. This cross-module connectivity ensures that spare parts procurement and production schedules are automatically aligned with maintenance requirements, creating a synchronized manufacturing ecosystem. Now let's explain the organizational framework required to manage maintenance within SAP. At the top level is the company code representing the legal entity. The central unit is the plant, which serves as the primary maintenance planning and control hub for specific geographic or operational sites. The key structural components include maintenance planning unit, where long-term plans and resources forecasts are developed. Maintenance plant defines the physical location hierarchy, moving from the site to the process area and finally to specific equipment. Workforce and resources. This includes the planner group and the work center, the actual capacity and location where maintenance tasks are executed. By establishing the hierarchy, SAP allows for precise cost center assignment and resource tracking. It ensures that every technical object is mapped to a responsible maintenance team, facilitating clear accountability and streamlined workflow management across the industrial facility. Now let's break down the essential static data objects required for effective maintenance. Number one, functional location. It defines the spatial or functional structure of a plant, GPS coordinates or linear asset data. Equipment master. It focuses on individual assets, tracking condition, monitoring, and counters like operating hours. Maintenance BOM. A hierarchical list of spare parts and assemblies such as impellers and bearings. Classification and characteristics allow for attribute-based specifications such as material SS316. Serial number and master data provides unique identification for tracking individual asset history and movement. The central graphic of a pump illustrates how these data points converge to create a digital twin of a physical asset. This integration with quality management and materials management ensures that when a technician views an asset, they have immediate access to its specifications, history, and the required spare parts. So next we have standard maintenance cycle. In this image you can see the clockwise workflow of a standard maintenance order moving through 5 critical stages. Number 1. Notification IW21. It is identifying a malfunction and reporting it. Order creation IW31. A planner schedules the work, assigns resources, and lists tasks. Execution through IW32 or IW41. The maintenance team releases the order and performs physical repair. Settlement KO88. Financial closing, where costs are posted to the appropriate cost center. Analysis and optimization MCI3, using performance reporting to improve future maintenance strategies. The cycle demonstrates how data flows from the initial failure alert through to post costs, ensuring that every action is documented for both financial auditing and operational improvement. By following the standard life cycle, organizations can ensure that labor, material, and external services are captured accurately, providing a transparent view of total cost of ownership of every asset. Next, we have maintenance execution strategies. So, here we have the comparison of three main triggers for maintenance activity. Corrective maintenance, triggered by an asset malfunction. It is reactive, leading to immediate repair orders and often resulting in higher costs. Preventive maintenance, a proactive approach triggered by calendar dates or machine counters. It focuses on high compliance and extended asset life. Predictive maintenance, the most advanced stage triggered by condition data, anomalies like vibration. It aims for optimal intervention point to maximize efficiency. All three strategies feed into MCI3 performance reporting, which tracks compliance and performance metrics. This allows management to balance the cost of preventive measures against the risks of reactive repairs. Implementing a mix of these strategies helps plants move away from expensive strategies, firefighting, toward a more controlled, data driven maintenance culture that prioritizes critical assets while optimizing the maintenance budget. So, next, performance and reliability trends. Focusing on analytics, this image showcases how SAP PM data is used to drive business decisions through three key dashboards. Reliability Index tracks mean time between failure, showing how planned interventions increase asset uptime. Performance Compliance monitors how closely the team sticks to the preventive maintenance plan. Downtime Analysis breaks down total downtime into unplanned, planned corrective, and planned preventive categories. By visualizing these trends, managers can identify process inefficiencies such as the smoking assets, the alert shown in graphics. The bottom section highlights this data is gathered from various sources across the plant, integrated through the SAP ecosystem. This allows reliability engineers to pinpoint the root causes of frequent failures and adjust maintenance plans accordingly, ultimately driving higher production availability and reducing the overall risk of catastrophic equipment failure. Some of the essential PM transactions we will be discussing. It's a practical reference guide for the most common SAP PM commands, categorizing them into the functional areas. Master data management, codes like IL01 and IE01 for initial setup. Maintenance execution, IW21 for notifications, IW31 for orders, IW41 for time confirmation. Orders and plans, IW38 for list editing, IP10, IP24 for scheduling maintenance plans. In reporting and performance, MCY3 and MCI8 for cost analysis, MCI1 for tracking asset reliability and downtime trends. So it serves as a cheat sheet for users, mapping technical T codes to specific roles in the maintenance workflow. Understanding these codes is essential for daily operations as they facilitate everything from creating a new piece of equipment in the system to settling maintenance costs and generating complex reliability reports for senior management review. Now we will just go through the maintenance execution process, a deep dive into the 4 phases of field execution process. Trigger and order preparation, moving from maintenance demand to material and tool staging in the warehouse. Resource scheduling and safety involves resource allocation and critical permit to work and lockout tagout, verification for safety. Field execution and data capture, the actual task execution where measurements are recorded ending in technical completion TECO. Closeout and audit trial, final inspection sign off, and the creation of a permanent audit record. This emphasizes the safety and compliance aspects of maintenance, showing how linked data ensures that safety protocols are embedded directly within the work orders. By integrating safety checks and permit authorizations into digital workflow, the system helps prevent industrial accidents and ensures that all maintenance activities are fully traceable for regulatory audits and internal safety. So next we will move to asset visibility and hierarchy. It shows the contrast real-time asset tracking with the logical data structure. A digital dashboard tracking real-time asset status, operational, maintenance or idle, and condition monitoring data like temperature and vibration is asset visibility. Asset hierarchy shows the technical object hierarchy EAM. It begins at the plant level and drills down through functional locations to individual equipment and specific maintenance assemblies. The linked data bridge between the dashboard and hierarchy shows how a live alert on the screen can be traced back to a specific component. This visibility allows managers to monitor plant health from a high level while being able to drill down into specific technical details when an anomaly occurs. It bridges the gap between the physical reality of factory floor and the digital management system, enabling faster, more informed decision making during production critical events. So last, we will be discussing SAP strategic business value. So this image is summarizing the high level business benefits of the module across 4 pillars: operational efficiency, improving reliability and resource planning to reduce total downtime hours; cost management, comparing planned versus actual costs and optimizing spare parts inventory to reduce working capital requirements; data driven strategy, utilizing root cause analysis and capex versus opex reporting for long term investment planning; safety and compliance in integrating EHS protocols, audit trials, and risk mitigation matrices. The business risk mitigation chart shows how the system helps lower the probability of catastrophic failures. Overall, it positions SAP PM not just as a tool for fixing machines, but as a strategic asset for financial and operational excellence. By leveraging these 4 pillars, effective manager can transform maintenance from a cost center into a value-driven department that actively contributes to the company's bottom line and long-term sustainability. So that's it for today. For any question, just write in comments. Please like and share this video.